with some news that's just coming in, where Robert Vadra has questioned the government scrutinizing government's new rupees 5,000 deposit norm. Says, and I quote from this statement, "For how long and for how much will the government experiment on us to try and prove itself correct? By reducing the limit of deposit to rupees 5,000 a day, the government has practically preponed the last date of depositing to 11 days earlier. It has turned a financial institute to interrogation office." Remember, only days ago, the ED got a go-ahead to question Vadra company Skylight Hospitality's officials in connection with dubious land deals and money laundering charges. Let's go across to my colleague, Pal Mehta, joining us live from the newsroom. Good morning, Pal. We're looking at more criticism that's coming in for the government. This time, it is Robert Vadra, who, of course, quite infamously continues to criticize and scrutinize government policy via Facebook.
Well, of course, yes, Robert Vadra has used this opportunity to attack the government and has been extremely critical and said how it has brought in a lot of inconvenience to the common man, including himself. He's been slamming the policies of the government, clearly stating that, in a way, when it was said that 30th of December would be the last day for, of course, the demonetization drive, it looks like the government has, in fact, tried to withdraw these deposit limits at least 11 days in advance, clearly bringing in a lot of inconvenience to people. So, obviously, Robert Vadra, who often has been at the center of criticism himself, with the fact that the government has also tried to tighten his noose around the various cases that involve him and his family. Clearly, Robert Vadra now using the opportunity, using the mask of the common man, saying how the common man has been inconvenienced. There have been policy changes that have been happening every single day. How long will the common man put up with this? So these are the kind of veil attacks that Robert Vadra actually sends out over here, attacking the government as far as this entire demonetization drive is concerned.
Right, but let's also talk a little in detail about why he chooses to criticize the government, because there have been a lot of measures being announced every now and then, whether it be, the Niti Aayog or perhaps the RBI. The finance minister came out yesterday in a clarification, which does end up creating confusion amongst the people.
Well, of course, yes, there have been policies that have been announced every single day. There have been changes that have been announced. Remember, even the withdrawal of the time up to which, there could be a deposit as far as this 500,000 rupees notes. Even that was preponed by the government. The government seems to be making changes every single day, obviously, which has resulted in a lot of inconvenience to people. That's something which has been the prominent voice of the opposition, saying that this government seems to be changing its rules and game every single day. So Robert Vadra also seems to be singing in the same tune, but the government currently, is unimpacted by this. They do understand that there is inconvenience, but they continue to maintain that those who are clean, those who do not have black money really stashed, those are the ones who will not be really worried. The real worry will be for those people who stash black money and don't know what to do with it.
Absolutely. We leave it at that, Payal. Thanks very much for joining us with those details.